All right, so the meeting at 12:05, everyone, and Trevor, can you do roll call for the second board?
Just in here, Commission Member Fima,
Here.
Commission Member Sandoval,
Here.
Commission Member Gardner,
Here.
Commission Member Chacon,
Here.
Commission Member Van Erickson. That's all here. And Chair is
Here.
yeah, I knew we were gonna have a crowded room.
Oh, no, I'm gonna just do this. I actually didn't even see that.
Council Member.
And you know, I'm the council liaison.
Correct, yes.
Which means I just sit here and listen. We know I'm not gonna do that very well. Feel free to do some stuff. I just went through my lessons.
Right.
Yes.
So the first thing on the agenda is we're going to review the revolving loan application for Shelby Moore.
Correct, so when we have Shelby with us today, so Shelby Morse submitted an application. I'm gonna be sharing the screen and kind of going through it on screen as we discuss it here. Some of the stuff I will be sharing, some of the tax sensitive information I will be projecting on the screen. But you know, tell us if you want to within reason. Please keep in mind that these are publicly available meetings, so any sort of sensitive information that you want to protect, but explain to us, you can do so, but we can do it off of the record, yeah.
I have a question. So have you guys looked at the application, gone in there, printed it off and looked at it? Because it's kind of difficult to find. And you have to log in and create an account, which I feel like that's really unnecessary.
Oh,
I didn't feel like it was very user friendly. Have you guys all tried it?
To apply?
Yeah, have you gone into the portal and tried to get the application?
oh, to apply to it? Yeah.
Well, I wanted to look at the application.
Uh-huh.
And so I went into the city site to try to pull up the application. It's very hard. I had to create an account with a login just to look at the application. I don't feel like that's necessary. I think why would you have to create an account and a login just to look at this application? Because our goal is to get as many people aware and to assess this as possible. So I wanted to ask you, what did you think of how that was? Did you feel it was cumbersome?
I liked the printed application a lot better.
And then the online thing?
Yeah, it was a little confusing, but it ended up being fine, but
So how many,
I don't know if it actually came through on your guys' end.
Yeah,
Not
really.
Here
I
to get it.
very
or something.
hard.
No, I did it all virtually.
I came here and got one because I couldn't figure it out either, but I feel like I'm illiterate, so I don't.
How many
feel like
IT
it's
people
that.
do you have working here?
2.
Then I think they should be able to fix it. Because you don't need a login to look at to get an application for the city, because you have to create an account. And so why was that? What was that for?
Is that like an online application that you have to do online?
This is a revolving loan application, so I
No,
went
no,
in,
but can you fill it out online?
Yeah.
I couldn't even get to it. I mean,
No,
maybe
but
you can't
no,
find
but
it.
when you create
Oh, I
an
didn't
account-
get that far.
Okay, see, that was my question, because if you have to create an account to fill out the application, that explains why. You have to create an account.
So I was looking at these and then I logged in, tried to scan the code, go to the site, try to see the application, because you want to make people, you want this easy, right? This is not easy.
Okay.
And it's ridiculous. Actually, I thought it was really ridiculous for me to spend that much time just trying to look at that.
Okay, I'll go back through it and see what we can do to make it even more.
But then also they can email you, contact you, or any of us too, because I'm forwarding out to other applicants as well, just by email.
I'm just literally, if they can contact me or
Yeah.
anybody else,
So-
I'm just.
So maybe have a high priority, get this fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well,
Before.
Maybe we
you
could
have
do
to-
like create account, right? For people who want to apply online, and then below that, maybe there's an option for a PDF to download it, and then you can just print.
I think
and
I
avoid
think
that.
it should be reversed. I think you should be able to look at the application and then if you want to apply, then you create an account.
Well, yeah, that's what you
That's what
can
you're
do,
saying,
that's what I'm saying,
Reverse. I mean,
yeah, so,
anybody should be able to go in there and print the application out.
That's-
That, you can't do that without account.
yeah, I
And if
think,
you want to apply online, you could create an account.
Yeah, that's what she said.
yeah,
Yeah, after though, you get to the application, not before, because right now it's before.
right, and we don't want that, we want two options, either
Yeah.
create an account if you want, or just go to the PDF and print it out.
Yeah, just make
And
it
then-
easy, that's all
yeah.
I'm saying, make it easy.
Yeah.
I agree.
okay, perfect.
I do anyone try to check?
Yeah, me neither,
Good checking.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll go back and look at that, just clean it up a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, back to, his application here. So, excuse me. I'm gonna share the screen with us just a second. Here we go. Minimize these things a little bit. So just again, keep in mind, this is not all the information. There are some, again, some tax documents that are not, that will not show up on this, but we can certainly talk about any of that as we move forward. So, and then I'm gonna kind of turn it over to Elby to explain her application a little bit, her ask, and open up for a group discussion. We do have this, be mindful, we do have another one coming in at around 12:30, 12:35, so just be mindful of that. I'll open up to Sean.
Sure, so it's a $50,000 revolving loan fund request, I believe ends up being at 3%. So it's specifically for the Heartland's Adult Family Home, which I'm hoping people are familiar with. It would be located at our 3920 Outlook Road address, which is a office building that we already owned and previously Heartlinks was housed in before moving to our administrative offices to Grandview. Since then, we've been able to do some renovations to return it to its house form. So we are requesting that 50,000 specifically for the staffing capabilities to get the adult family home up and started. Happy to answer anything or just go through what an adult family home is.
How many people live in the house and then?
Six.
And how long would they be there?
They can be there as through the rest of their life. So a person could be there for a month, 5 days, a person could be there for 10 years. Just depends on a person's personal desires.
Who's paying the rent? Is it like state funded or is it private?
It can be all three. So it can be charity funded, it could be through our fundraising efforts since we are a nonprofit. It can be through Medicaid reimbursement, depending on a person's income level. Or it could be private pay, could be paid through long-term care insurance, which a lot of people have too. There's veterans benefits, all sorts of things, so.
When you, when you receive this money, would you be able to be open then? Is that what you're kind of like? I mean, what is stopping you from being open right now?
Yakima County, but we just got our well finally approved today. So that extended our timeline by 4 months.
Because you gotta go through like the sanitary requirements, all of that, because it's probably
Yep.
more of a community style wells.
Yeah, and I learned that whoever put our well in didn't do it properly. So we had to go through the whole process from start to finish. So it's finally approved as of today, and then city inspection is done, which the inspector's already been out there and says we're pretty much good to go once the well is done. And then they're gonna do our final inspection, and then application goes to the state, and we're 60 days after that. So
Okay, where are these people at right now? Are they on a waiting list or where, tell us how you decided on this need. For
Sure.
sure.
well, as Heartland's Hospice. It's a hospice and palliative care agency that's been around for 45 years. It's kind of twofold. One, we see a significant need for assisted living care in a home-like setting for people, to essentially age in a place that they're most comfortable. There are not many options that are affordable in our area, or preferred to. So we have a significant waiting list, already for the Heartland's houses. And then the other thing that we are consistently combating is with our hospice program. We provide people the option for respite services, so it's about 5 days or 10 days for a caregiver essentially to say, I need a break. And so they're placed into a setting that they get all of the care that they could possibly need. And so we get a lot of no's for when we're requesting skilled nursing placement, or sometimes we'll have to move a person all the way to Kennewick when they live here in the valley, just so that their caregiver can have a break. So we were really, really tired of hearing no consistently, to be able to place our patients and family members in a place where they can be properly cared for, in a setting that's comfortable. So we thought, let's create it ourselves. So we own the building and we really needed a place for something like this. And Heartlinks is a nonprofit, so one thing too, we always keep in mind is we need to have a additional revenue sources outside of just fundraising efforts, and so this is one of those.
You're still under the umbrella of Lower Valley Hospice, though, right? You're
They're the
not
same
separate,
thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
you're not separate or anything. I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm the oldest one here, but tell them the history, like when it's been, this is an amazing story, when hospice started, like, I don't know, 1978,
Mhm.
right? And a bunch of doctors got together and said, hey, we need help. We have these people that are terminal, we can't deal with them, they need special care. And so the doctors started it.
Mhm.
And so it's a very valuable thing to have in our community because it's owned locally.
Thank you.
And it's not owned out of Yakima Memorial Hospital used to be was competition, which was never as good.
Thank
As
you.
service, I'm just personally,
Yeah.
from personal experience, and then I don't know what's going on in Tri-Cities, but I'm just saying, this is really like a diamond that we have in our community that for people, loved ones that are gonna need hospice sometime.
Thank you for saying that. And Heartland's Lower Valley Hospice has a beautiful, rich history here in Sunnyside. We have been here since 1978. A group of doctors and volunteers started in 1977. And we used to be housed in Sunnyside Community Hospital, and we've since been moved around. We were at our location on Outlook Road for about 20 years, but just grew out of it. We're at now a staff of about 60. Which just, yeah, it's grown significantly. We're serving about 160 people a day. Last year, we served over 600 on our hospice and palliative care programs, and another 400 through our grief programs. So
How many employees in the valley do you employ? Or how many do you have?
in the valley,
Yeah, how many employees do you?
we have 64. 80% of them are coming from the valley. So that's our preference. That's where we are home. We tried really hard to keep our office here in Sunnyside, and kept looking for years and years to move, but there's just limited office space here. So
And where you at in Grandview?
just right across from the police station, right across from the city of Grandview.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's two-story.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
It really is.
Oh, you're in the same building as the MS. Norma Jean? What's
I think
the?
the office is theirs.
Oh, wow.
It might be her old office.
You guys own my building?
Mhm.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah. We did a little bit of renovations, but it was almost ready to be
Well,
moved
like
in.
back in the 2000, cause I was involved earlier on.
I recognize you.
There was like Terry, it was the principal's office, Terry Cox's house, and like there was no place going to take that, so they went to this house. And it was a house,
Mhm.
and they renovated it and expanded, and so they've done a lot. You've really accomplished a lot.
Thank you. We're excited about this opportunity. A lot of the people that we serve are in this adult family home setting, or they're in their own home. So we really specialize in keeping people in their home, but sometimes it's just not possible for every person. So, we're hoping to be able to keep our fingers better on this process by having this adult family home option for people, where they can get hospice care, they can get palliative care, they can get all the home care support that they have, with the staffing that we already have as a hospice. The other thing, that this is particularly important is we are one of the highest rated hospices. We are the highest rated hospice here in Eastern Washington. And so, since we partner with so many assisted living, skilled nursing and adult family homes, if we have this, we just feel like people's experiences can be just so much better.
I think it helps keep our aging population in Sunnyside.
Agreed. And find the fun activities too, so that's the special thing about adult family homes, is people don't have to then just sit there. They get to go out, get to go to the library, get to go to the community center, there's a robust community center here. That people don't have the transportation options to go to. And they'll have that with the adult family home.
When you have those patients in their homes, you guys provide bedding and stuff?
Oh, yeah,
You do, right?
yep, the adult family home's already equipped with all beds, dressers, everything that you would need too, so. But on hospice care, you would get that as a part of the hospice too.
It's a big deal. I don't know if you've had anything to, I have lots of friends in Seattle that have group homes like this, and in Arizona, Tucson, my sister-in-law. I mean, it's a very valuable resource nowadays. And we
We had my mother-in-law.
did you, and it's really sad, we don't have place for people to go here.
No,
Yeah.
no, not a very high care quality options here.
When hospice started, well, for a long time, it wasn't, they didn't have any funding but volunteers. But
Yeah.
during, huge auctions and everything they could do to try to get grants.
Mhm.
And then Medicare now covers.
Kind of. Yes, at least we have a good funding source, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medicare, kind of.
Kind of to piggyback off of the funding source. You're asking for the full $50,000, and then what is the payback period? Are you looking to use that full payback period? Are you expecting to be able to do it in like a certain amount of time?
3 years, but if that's not feasible, we think 2 years at the minimum, or the max. 2 years, minimum, thank you.
I knew you were saying.
Thank you. But it would be nice to have 3.
Yeah.
Then there's not as much pressure.
Yes. Cool.
Any other questions?
Anything on the application that you wanted to cover or anything?
This funding would go towards staffing, and so adult family homes are 24/7 staffed. Part links too, like I mentioned earlier, we are a high, we provide for really high acuity patients and families, so our minimum staffing ratios will be 2 people at all times, so other adult family homes have lower costs, but they just don't have as high as staffing ratios as we would do, so.
Yeah, and I think that I think I at least saw at least 2 positions kind of outlined in your scope here.
Yep.
I won't.
There's there's our director of administrative operations. We would have RN oversight 24/7 as well as doctor oversight 24/7. Cause we do have a medical director and nurse practitioners that work on our hospice side, so being able to use those already there resources. But primarily staffing it will be CNAs.
Okay.
And we already have the staffing, with our hospice side, we overstaffed on our hospice so that we can accommodate and be ready for this. So we already have the CNA support that we need, we don't need to hire a person additional. We wanted to make sure our CNAs were perfectly trained on the hospice side before moving to a new venture.
So then how many FTEs would this one facility have in total?
6.5.
Okay.
Not including our night time. So 6.5.
Are you a manager?
It's looking that way. No, we have a CNA that's been with us for over 20 years. That it will be doing the day-to-day management. And then we already have our RN in place too. That's gonna prevent that nurse delegation so that there can be medications and different things happening in the home. Sorry, I'm getting into the nitty-gritty, but.
Yeah,
That's.
Well, Shelby, regardless of how this goes, I just wanna say I really appreciate, I have my mother in hospice and I just wanna say that I'm so grateful that you're here and that you're running the show and, nothing but good things do I hear coming from that side, so thank you for being in the community and growing.
Well, thank you. I've loved working at Heartlands. I've loved being in Sunnyside. I've been with Heartlands for 8 years now. So I'm glad to continue this legacy here. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for applying.
Yeah, of course.
Made our first applicant easier.
Oh, good. Is there anything else? Somebody else?
Where are you from? Are you from Sunnyside?
I moved here from Montana.
Where am I from?
Lula?
Oh,
Yeah. But my family, my husband's family are from Enenville. And so he grew up visiting here. And we just always dreamed about living here.
Isn't that nice? Okay, so what?
I love it here.
What can we do to improve things here? Since we're a committee that.
That's another conversation.
Really quick,
Find it out of a shelter.
Yes.
to the group, I just wanna ask if you guys have any questions for her. And if you guys want to move forward to, discuss approving her, application and then to have, the city employees, make up a draft for the attorney to present to council.
Can I ask a question? Is that something you want to do while she's in the room? Would you prefer to do that?
Yeah, we can do it after, but the reason we're bringing it up now is if there's questions for her right now. we have
So
to
it's
review.
still gonna be televised anyway, or?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that, but sometimes it's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So if there is no other questions, we can bring in Adam. And then maybe once we're done with both presentations, we will discuss and make motions to either approve or. If you guys are okay with that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Out of here?
What?
Are you familiar with the way out of here?
I think I remember.
Oh.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Have a good day.
Nobody can see them. Interesting.
By approving by a case basis, is that gonna be the way to go? Cause what if we just approve because they all sound good? And then what if the people that don't have time, or what I mean, let's say the people that haven't.
The last minute apps.
Yes.
So right now, we can make motions to approve them, but they have to draft it up and present it to council. So it's, we're making the motion,
Accommodations.
I was just gonna say, cause like if we put a deadline and then compile them all together and then they all get whatever
So we kind of do,
Get through and fine tooth.
we're kind of are functioning on a deadline too, so I'll say this too,
I was in the same.
we have to have this money allocated by the end of this fiscal year.
Yes.
Which is what day?
December 31st, 2024. We have to
Oh,
have
I
all this.
don't think we'll have a problem.
Yeah. So that's we have to have it allocated,
Yeah.
or else we gotta spend it on something
I
else.
think you should present to council several at a time, speed up the process. And
Like
also-
compile them together. And we'll
Yeah.
be paying this back,
Not one
more
by
money
one.
back, so we'll be able to
Can't
redo
take too
the.
long.
Right, that's
So
the
we're
point.
for it, and we're not paying to, we pick the right people and get everything looks good.
I know.
Start making money.
Start making some money.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, you guys, one at a time.
yeah, try to avoid too many sidebars, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You're good.
No,
But you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
So instead of one by
Yeah.
one being presented to council, we should do like, for sure, like maybe groups of.
groups.
Yeah.
So it's fair.
Yeah,
Versus, 'cause everything looks good one by one.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Every idea is.
Are we just presenting to council ones that we approve here?
So what'll happen after this is that this group will make a motion more or less for staff to go forward and draft up an agreement to work with any of our applicants. That agreement is then presented to city council because they have final
Say,
they have
yeah.
final say.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how it works.
I also think, sorry, but once we approve it, we need, or once it leaves us, and we need some kind of a deadline. I mean, like her application came in at least a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And so then she's gonna have to wait to see what, I mean, like, the process is already taking quite a while. So I think that if there's any way to, like, and I'm not speaking specifically for her, but like, you
Don't
should
wait
know
for
if you're gonna get the money,
Yeah.
cause there's people,
Yeah.
there's a business waiting to open.
Yeah,
Right?
so
Good.
I think that our event's coming up next week and
More applications.
yeah, Karen and I walked around town, inviting a lot of businesses, to the event and we specifically focused on the revolving loan and we had a lot of interest, it seemed like. And Karen, I can open the floor for you to speak. We did that and so it sounded like there was potential applicants interested, but I think they want to go to the event and ask the questions that we couldn't answer there. So if we wait at least till after the event and see if we get more applicants and
I
then
think that's
submit
fair.
that group in
I totally.
as our first,
That was kind of like the gist I was getting.
yeah. Yeah, and then we'll submit those, see what council says, and then like Lori was saying, we'll start hopefully, you know.
We should see the next applicant. I think we should recommend and have maybe these two go ahead. I don't think they should have to wait if they apply in December.
Yeah,
I think it, cause that's till March. You know, we get all the applications, we meet in March, then we refer it. I mean, that's like 2 months away. And
Yeah,
people have, it's not fair, they have to wait
I
because
know.
other people weren't as
Well, we didn't do that.
aggressive, you know?
I think we didn't do the event sooner.
yeah.
We should have been.
Yeah.
The
I don't
outreach just
I
happened.
don't think we should wait for these, I mean, this is a good project and I
Yeah.
don't feel like we have to wait to see who's gonna be better. I mean, why else would we wait?
Yeah,
I agree with that. Sometimes it does have to be first come, first serve a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, but we also wanna give that opportunity
Oh,
to,
come on.
our Spanish speaking.
Yes.
Our Spanish speaking.
That has nothing to do with that right now. We're just going to, who's first come, first served, and what's going on. I don't think we have to.
Yes.
Say it again?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
We can talk about that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. The next one will be Adam's Wonderland.
And one minute. Yep. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm gonna go back to sharing his screen so Dr. Shador can see it. Okay. Okay.
All right.
So, do you wanna introduce this one? Oh, do you want me to?
You can introduce it.
Sure.
Good job, the first one.
Okay, perfect. So next up, we have a revolving loan fund revolving loan fund application for Adams Wonderland. And we have the business owner with us today. And so the goal here today is to, I have your application here up on the screen. We'll go through it. We'll try to refrain from mentioning any sensitive tax information because this is all public information. So we'll try to refrain from that. If there's anything that needs to be discussed that's more nitty gritty, we can do that off the record because that is all protected information. So yes, so I'm going to turn it over to you. You can explain to us your business, your ask today. We probably won't discuss the final approval with you here. But you know, once we're done, you'll get a follow-up from either me or Sydney, and we'll kind of take it from there. So I'll turn it forward to you.
So I've been in business for almost like in October, was pretty open. So far we're running good for the business. So my goal was to grow my business up. So I try to do like a remote, like some stuff to add more stuff for the kids, just to get like more advertising for the kids, like stuff. I'm gonna do like more party room, more games.
Well,
more like
excuse me, can you tell me your business that you started?
So this one, I got this one at the playground.
Where is that at?
Oh, right, that's in 2600 Yakima Highway.
So like with the old K park. kind of.
Old age, yeah,
Okay, okay, Mark, okay, thank you.
yeah.
So could you tell a little bit more about what brought you to, no, this is kind of what they're gonna wanna ask, but how did you come up with this idea?
So I love in Yakima. I was gonna do like a playground. So it's like something for the kids, so it'll be more for the community too, for this one. So because we don't have nothing for the kids right here. So I come with this idea. I know it's gonna be like very good. They still in California. They have lots of stuff like there like that, but in Sunnyside we don't have it. So that's why I come with this idea right there.
Yes.
Took a chance on Sunnyside.
Yeah.
I work with it.
We're so thankful.
It's in California, they have lots of stuff like those stuff.
Yeah,
But when I came here, like nothing to do.
no, no.
So this is more like an event center, party center, game center mostly for the youth and children.
Yeah, for like family entertainment too, no?
Okay.
We got like birthday parties, we got like some kind of stuff too.
How many kids can you handle at once in there?
So it can fit like 70 kids,
70 kids?
70 kids.
Okay.
You guys sell food in them?
Food not yet.
How do you
Okay.
sanitize it too? How do you
Oh, yeah.
sanitize it too?
So
Because
basically
that
we
would
have
be my
like,
concerns.
yeah, so we got like clean, like they should. So we get a lady like, she do like the whole thing too,
She cleans it
Yeah.
all,
every day.
okay,
And it takes 70 kids to do it.
because it's a different deal
Oh,
these
yeah.
days
Yeah.
with germs. I mean, the whole different world,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so she do like every day.
So she does every day,
Yes.
you have to desanitize everything.
That's make everything. Good, get back.
Yeah, that's how those
Yeah.
ball, I saw that picture of those balls. in
Yeah.
there, you know, that's the kind of what it is. That is very-
I know it's hard work, but it's still kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are you open all week long? Kind
Oh, yeah,
of-
we open 7 days from 10 to 9.
7 days a week,
7 days, 10 to 9.
Wow. What's your busiest time so far?
So,
Weekend?
We got like Saturday, Sunday, and Friday.
Yeah.
That are most
No,
days.
what time you open at?
I don't know.
Oh, 10 o'clock to 9 at night. So are you booked
Wow.
out, people book you out in ahead?
So what we do, like, usual open, but for the birthday party, we have like a room, special room, so people book it.
So anybody can go anytime?
Yeah, anyone can go anytime, but for the party, we just like have it to give it.
Can they bring food in the party rooms?
Oh, yeah, we do that.
So how much you pay to go there?
So this one we charge $12 for an hour or $20 for 2 hours
Per child?
for a child. Yep. Under 1 year is free. Under 1 year.
We don't have little kids that, so. But when you're
You
all.
take your kids there?
That's all like 3-4 times already.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I know, I need to go,
Especially in the winter time.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, I forgot about it.
Those 0-degree weather days.
Yeah.
So how many, so I know you work there. Do you have, how many full-time employees do you have?
Well, I got 1 full-time, 1 part-time.
Do you feel like you need more help on your busy days or
So like when you get like the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I bring my other brother to me. Like he go to school, so I bring it to me.
Do they sign, when they come in there, do they sign a liability waiver?
Oh, yeah, we do have that. That's when the employee watch the kids too, so.
Yeah, but one employee for all those kids.
I know, because most like when the parents come, they have to watch their kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
that's-
is the liability waiver?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's like the kids gonna come, they're gonna have to watch it.
You're not a babysitter, you're
No.
a entertainment and fun center.
You bring your kids, you watch your kids.
Yeah, that was.
Sometimes you have two kids that get tired, but about 70 kids.
yeah. No, imagine, no.
Well, they didn't have all-
I don't-
sometimes they can-
So is it filling up the whole Kmart building? Is it the whole?
It's 9,000 square feet.
Yep. It's like errands to go furniture place.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. So you have one in Yakima too?
No,
Just this one?
so this one right here.
But you don't live here?
I live in Yakima too.
Okay.
So I've been in Yakima since, almost like it's more, because I got the family, so it's more stuff for them to do.
mhm,
And I drive every day.
wow,
How did you decide on Sunnyside?
So I used to work in Sunnyside, that parking back. I used to work there last year with my cousin, so I came to Sunnyside to do some projects.
Cause we don't have nothing like it.
yeah.
No.
He saw the vision. Good job, thank you.
And it's working out so far, yeah.
Yeah, so far it's pretty good. So,
You're gonna get busier.
yeah, that will go too.
That's working it's out too.
Oh,
Like
yes.
some people didn't even know that you were there.
So 13 and under, that's good, yeah.
The good thing about it, she got in that spot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, Sunnyside's a young community. I think the average age of our community is something like 33, 34 years old. A lot of households have one or two children. It's.
Looks like a lot of customers from Granger, from Price, or from Grandview too.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
So I got some stuff from some people from Yakima too.
I know Tree Cities has a place.
Yeah.
That's a pretty different place.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go down. Oh, they do?
Mhm.
does too.
Oh, yeah, they just opened a new one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been in that one with my kids and I love it,
I hear
but
it.
it's fun.
It is fun. All right, any questions?
Let's see where it said exactly what the money is for. Startup costs for, what is the?
We haven't looked at your application.
So you get like the plans to do.
Mhm.
So basically, I got like another 1,000 square feet, one with the back. I might do with that store too. Every like more everything out there, I wanna do like probably acting on it too. And I wanna do like so many months.
So you're seeking 50,000
Yep.
for a 4-year term.
If you can do like before, that's be perfect, like not for like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be no penalty for paying anything off early, but we can structure it to be 4 years.
Mhm.
You have another job or other businesses or what else do you do?
I used to have a furniture plus in California,
A what?
furniture plus in California,
Furniture.
but after the COVID, just like that. To the point of the COVID, they get very bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so it looks here that
I
the,
got the one out of the afternoon.
Oh.
that it's a request for 50,000 to fund a project of expanding the birthday parties room and enhancing the store appearance.
And have more games too.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good.
So what was repayment sourced in from your receipts? Probably the. For repayment, what was the repayment source or? Like to repay, they're just gonna use the loan and then they pay it back at the end, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna use your gate receipts or what you charge the kids, that's how you repay it back over time?
Oh, yeah, that was.
So it's a working, it's like a fixed loan or a working capital loan, because if you're enhancing the room and construction or the facade in front, that's more a fixed loan.
So this like, we do like those ones, it's not like a fix, I can add like more stuff too. With it, which I can like work with this.
Equipment, I
Yep.
mean, okay. It's more of a fixed loan. Okay.
Basically like, trying to attract more people,
Just get like more people.
so you're busier consistently.
For this one. Try to get like more stuff to get more people. So like more.
Which
The average.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, maybe that's why that Tri-Cities one is so popular, is because they have multiple different things that they offer.
Yeah.
That's just what pops in my head.
So like, try to get a lot more people.
Oh,
Then you're
that
gonna get easy
too.
like from Sunnyside,
Of
like
course.
50% price.
What's your average attendance? How many people would we have there on average during the week and on the
So
weekend?
is there a bit different? So basically from like Monday to Thursday,
Yeah,
I got almost like 25 people a day.
okay.
But I got like Friday, I got almost like 70, 80. Saturday, Sunday, I get between like, once like 120 to 160.
Do you have a cap? Does the city, when the city gave you a permit, didn't have us to occupy the building? Is there a limit to how
I
many?
don't think we'll give it like.
They only pay for an hour or two, so they're not.
So they don't, there's no limit to how many kids?
Yeah, so this, I would have to go back and look at the occupancy type, but the number of kids is based upon the occupancy type, and given that it's a 9,000 square foot building,
Okay,
I'm sure would be.
It's a lot.
And we'll put like
Yeah.
1 to 2 hours, so basically gonna do like 1 6 to like 11 hours a day.
okay.
I don't think they get to stay more than 2 hours.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
2 hours,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's impossible.
Okay,
Like the most they got like 34 kids, that them is like at the same
Yeah.
hour or two.
Yeah.
So this one you can like divide to like 11 hours a day, so that's between the two, you know.
Mhm.
So you got like 161
Yeah,
time, you know, that's like at the 11 hours we open the close.
okay.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
And that back room, that additional backspace that you're trying to enhance, that's probably more square, I mean, that is more square footage,
Yes,
so that would be even
more
more occupancy capacity back there. So that'd be open up to a lot.
Mhm.
It's neat.
It's a good building. I mean, there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And
Also, if we can.
traffic visibility, like you guys,
Yeah.
in that parking area is just.
Plenty of parking.
She mentioned the word. Okay.
But it's true, I mean, there's really great parking over there.
It's for the connection.
Oh, yeah.
The fires.
So, yeah, that'll increase the occupancy level.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good to hear.
you. Thanks for taking a chance for the Sunnyside.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Have a good day.
You guys have a good one.
Oh.
So.
It's one for children, one for.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, so you think about that? I know. Can I say that? Yeah.
We have the two papers.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah. Open the floor for discussion.
Okay, this one,
Both.
okay, they're both awesome, good ideas, I mean, that's everybody's ideas. in
Yeah,
here.
I know.
And
We don't have nothing like it in Sunnyside or close by,
yeah, for sure for this, yeah, and both,
and both of them,
actually.
And if it's okay with everyone on the commission, I would open it to Julia and Karen to give us their input of what they think.
So we will have chance to give our input. There will be a citizens.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. With this,
We're just as liaisons to kind of get a feel for what's going on in that regard.
Mhm.
And our job will be at the table. that you're talking about.
Okay.
I'll give my 2 cents if you care to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
So, Karen brought up a really good point with the hospice. With the hospice application, there was demonstrations of alternate funding sources. This is more or less kind of, a lot better term, piggyback funding, another income source or another source of capital for their business. The Adams Wonderland, while it's a great project, I think it's an amazing project. The working capital is more or less it sounds like the operation capital and the working everything is the capital that's collected at the door when they charge for, admission. So that's what it seems like their operating capital is. It's whatever's collected at the door. And whatever they're doing on the inside too. So I don't know if there's other funding sources out there that are feeding this business at all. So
Well, that's what he said, he has that other car dealership in Yakima.
okay.
As far as from a financial background, okay, so the first applicant is a revolving loan, just like, I mean, they are using it to fund to get started, and they have, like you said, multi-repayment sources, and they've been well-established business. The second one is like a fixed loan, because he said he wanted to buy more equipment, which is permanent, do a facade, and it's a little riskier, he only starts in October, so it's a little, you can't really compare those two too closely, so.
Yeah, there's some a little bit more risk there. I mean, just visually like,
As far as repayment ability.
yeah.
It's new, I mean, what if people don't go there anymore, what if, as far as the risk, I mean, I don't wanna throw water on a good plan, but like, like, there's a COVID outbreak or hepatitis outbreak in there, or, I'm just saying that, you have a lot of kids in one site, he might have to close down later, I'm just saying there's a lot more going on there.
That's what a bank would think, that's why
Well,
I feel
that's why I
like
said-
we're not a bank,
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we created this to be more mom and pop friendly versus not big huge corporation.
And
You know what I mean?
he can make pretty good money opening those 10 hours.
Absolutely.
10 hours a day, 10 hours a day,
Motivation
and
to
it's
work.
what, $12 an hour?
Yeah, he's
That's
making.
120, so 120 times 100 kids, that's.
And his
$400.
employees are family, so.
Yeah.
The thing I think is he's not established, so that's another risk, he's not quite. Then
That's part of the collateral.
Year under his belt.
But this is why we created this, to give an opportunity to.
Right.
And we don't take any collateral in this, right? I mean, we don't have any security, like how's that gonna be structured? We have security interest in this, or how's that structured?
Yeah, so that'll be part of the agreement that we put together. Yeah, there's supposed to be some sort of, we're not gonna foreclose on their house or anything like that, but we do.
But you can still give them, like if no one were to pay their water bill, it would be the same thing, right? To
Yeah.
garnish or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what they
we
do.
would work with them on a repayment schedule, and we're not gonna.
Okay, so his collateral is playground games. He said that the value is 110,000, that's his collateral source,
Okay.
and then he's in a rented building. Does it say anywhere here the term of the lease or what?
Right now, he's on a yearly, I know because I'm the one that got him into the building, he's on a year lease. And after a year, if he's profitable, he's going to renew for another 5 years. So that's why.
So he's on a year lease?
Yes, and that was, I think, in October.
Okay.
And he started.
Is it, am I right, he pays $7,000 a month?
Yes,
So just
That's gonna
remember
go
that
down in a year.
for the finances.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. A little reminder, just trying to
Figure out.
we'll discuss the finances off
Oh, yeah.
the record. Yeah, but I mean, there's two good valid points on both ends, but we have to remember also that we did want to focus on the new businesses coming.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of our commission is
Sure.
to recruit them.
Absolutely.
Instead of handing out the 10,000 welcoming new business grant that was being handed out in other cities, we created SLO. So we kind of have to find a balance on both places
Yeah.
to see. I mean, I'm rooting for him,
I'm
but
rooting for everybody, absolutely.
Yeah,
But absolutely, should we wait until we get more applications, and when we go to that Thursday next week is the meeting.
There's also the other thing is to discuss, maybe you approve for a portion of it, maybe it's a 50,000.
Counter.
Why not approve for 25 or 30, that's a little bit.
That's a very
less
good idea, absolutely.
I was gonna ask that question,
Yeah.
a general question
Yeah.
regarding the loan.
Yeah.
I guess we
Yeah,
just
that's a great
divided
idea.
it
Yeah.
amongst the loan.
And then fees, really, if he's comes to the end of the year, he's looking good,
Absolutely.
come and ask us
You
again.
can apply, and that's the purpose of the loan, right? To
Yeah.
having them keep coming back.
Because it gives more opportunity for other people too.
Yeah, cause he doesn't have a lot of sure footing until he has a year lease and he's paying $7,000 a month. That's a considerable amount of money.
It was more, it was 9,000.
That's
I
ridiculous.
negotiated for
Really?
4 months.
Okay, I agree with that, so, but I really feel strongly about having the Heartlands one go forward, because that's a lot of work they put into it, and they have to still put into it to get it approved from the county and the state, because the state governs all that too.
They do get a lot of free money though on grants. I know that
Mhm.
all the time because they are nonprofit. So
Mhm.
more before them, but because they take Medicare and they do that, they have to be nonprofit. They can't be, of course,
No,
so.
So maybe we could do
funding
both
sources,
and counter,
I would count.
you know, since Heartlinks gets.
So
What would you say, Trevor?
I would really love to give Heartlinks full amount
Me
requested,
too, I agree.
but
I mean, like, what, if you don't wanna have, if you don't wanna find a group home, I mean, what, you gotta make our community, we want people to stay here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen a lot of older people leave because there's no
Mhm.
resources, you know,
We want people to stay and new people to come.
we want people to stay and spend money.
Yes.
Just from like an economic perspective, I know that we touched on this a little bit last time where the Heartlinks is a little bit more predictable about paying back, and that is not all of it. But with the revolving loan fund, the amount that they pay back in interest would be able to fund for more projects. So I think that starting off with having, you know, having them do the full amount, that will almost like, it's almost in,
Funding another one.
Yeah.
That's good.
yeah,
That is
so
good.
that's just something to keep in mind about completely, it's balancing act, exactly what you said, a balancing act, so
Yeah,
that's just stuff.
Wow.
okay,
Yeah.
so Sydney, I dropped. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'll say that, Shawnery on Adam's Wonderland is a good idea and moving forward with part-time.
So is that a motion?
Yes, I motion that we go ahead with the Heartlinks and then counter whatever we decide as a group with Adam's Wonderland.
Okay, so as part of your motion, you have to give an amendment to someone. needs to second.
yeah, so can we break that up into two separate motions,
Yeah.
please?
So let me motion that we approve Heartlinks
For the pool.
for the full 50,000. I second that.
And, oh yeah,
So,
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Did you get a sign in person?
You in favor?
I'm opposing right now
Okay,
for Heartlinks?
for Heartlinks?
for Harlings.
Okay.
Okay,
And then, do you want to make a motion for?
No.
Adam?
I'll let somebody.
Okay, anybody?
I'll make a motion for to counter Adam's Wonderland request instead of 50,000 to 25,000. Working capital, and for them on their terms, I think it was 4 years, but whole 3 to 4 years on the loan term. I don't know the exact in front of me, but yes.
I second it.
so the percentage of interest for that would be, I believe, 3%.
Okay, 3%, yeah.
So all in favor for Adam's?
What's that?
3 to 4 years is 2%.
Oh, good,
Three, four, oh,
because of the letter amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
I think the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's better for, I think, those things.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All in favor? Say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Is there a second?
Hi,
Yeah.
Karen Vandegraff.
hi.
You're in favor?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So then now we have Trevor and Sydney work on the, what do we call it, the draft to present to council.
Yep.
And then hopefully, we have a successful event next week and we get a little bit more applications in. Yes.
Looking at Adam, like he has to have 146 kids a week just to pay the rent. You know,
That's why advertising is so important and word of mouth.
yeah.
This is why we need to push the community to be like, don't go to Tri-Cities, stay here and actually support our businesses, our mom and pops. Or let's say even for Valentine's Day, this is kind of going off his subject, instead of going on Amazon and getting your loved one a gift, go to Morse Floor or go to, you know what I mean? Someone that's local, because we are depending to pay our rent. They can't pay our rent. Yeah.
And I have
Oh, it's
heard a
fun.
lot of good feedback from Adam. just like
Yeah.
that. A lot of my friends, they take
Oh, they do?
and
Well,
they
I don't
love
know.
it.
I'll go there.
So before too many other sidebar conversations happen here. So, okay, great. So my goal as staff is to draft up some agreements. One for 50K, one for 25K. Present those to council at a near council meeting. And then, and kind of move forward from there. Just kind of run through this agenda.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, items for committee members,
we have our,
items from staff members.
yeah, I was just gonna say, we have our events happening next week. We have two different sessions, one in the afternoon, one later in the evening. So there'll be services provided both in English and Spanish for this event. I will attempt to do my best to get that website, updated. User friendly, yes, so we can get.
And then I do have an item. Yeah, the 15. One is from 11 to 1 and then from 5 to 7. I do have an item that I would, I don't know if I can make my own motion or somebody motion it, but the day of the event, I would like to give the floor to the business owners somewhere in our agenda to have some room to give input, complaints, issues, suggestions, whatever they may have that day of the event, just because I think that their voice.
Yeah,
their
so-
voice matters.
So like, we can set up a little Dropbox and
Yeah.
have like a little public comment thing that they want written. otherwise-
Comments?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, absolutely, so we can.
So we can have a time for QA.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
That'll be nice.
Can I speak on behalf of my experience?
sure.
So I went with Perla and it was super fun. We went all around downtown. Chief Lehman was supposed to tag along, but it was the day of the incident where he didn't get enough sleep, so he couldn't make it. But it was super fun. And we went around and I got a lot of amazing feedback from all the business owners. There were, however, some business owners that said, oh, like, you guys work for the city, like they seemed really surprised and shocked that we were even showing up. And a lot of them were like, well, we're not going to show up. And we still continue to encourage them to come show up, you know. It's good to know and meet other business owners. It's a good opportunity to hear about the law and what resources the city has to offer. So I didn't take no for an answer. We didn't take no for an answer.
I was like, at least come for coffee, have some free coffee,
I'm gonna ask you the business was.
No, I already know.
Pretty sure.
Few, like
Yeah.
around 4 business
Yeah,
owners.
but shockingly, they said they were gonna come.
They did. You work very hard.
So what I want to tell you, by experience and not living in the past, like you tell me, I'm gonna tell you, be ready for those questions.
Yes.
And those things, because they're not, they can be not nice.
What do you
So,
mean, what questions, like what?
like when they
Like business
get up
owners.
to ask a question, we do the quick Q and A, those, some of those people can be really, really, really mean.
I had to fly to LA that day and I'm really sorry, I'm gonna miss it. Sounds interesting, but I will try to get I'm gonna try to get my flight changed, but I have to be there by Friday morning, so.
Just remember that if you have them do Q and A and you want them to write it down what their question is, you can forestall a lot of the distraction that comes from the negativity.
Yeah, and then
And we expect negativity because there's things people want to
I'm really
improve.
sad to miss this.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
A lot of business owners did say though, just FYI, they did say that, you know, moving forward, they would love a meal or, you know, some steak and lobster.
Someone said that, or did you say that?
All of
Yeah,
that.
they were all meal, we can have food.
Yeah, it's
Gonna be
okay.
catered.
Not for this.
Are we gonna have food? One gentleman said, go and tell the city that I said, I'll only go if there's food,
Yeah.
so.
That's what the coffee and the.
I bribed him with coffee, I was like, I need something.
Compromise is the thing.
Yeah.
There's some finger food.
Yeah, just something.
Yeah, I was sick of donuts,
Oh, yeah, for the morning,
For the-
the morning part. Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
some chips or something. We're really not there to serve the meals, I mean, you're giving them money, come on.
Don't sound very good to me.
Well, with this weather. So,
Promote something from our community, I mean, go to Pepper's Bakery and get something like that. I
Well,
mean,
we just did a ride, right?
right, so we get coffee.
Even to Rise Bakery.
Oh, it's so
If
good.
they would give you some sort of discount on how much cookies you get.
Right next to Bridal.
I'm thinking
champurrado, you guys are thinking.
Front of the
That's
Tesla.
Some tamales.
Champurrado.
Used to
it's
be a
called.
market
Anyway.
that used to be there, but
Oh, right here, so look that way.
It's nice.
Items from staff members?
It's a nice
Oh.
bakery coffee shop.
There might be another revolving loan fund for next meeting, I'm
Okay.
not sure, I have
Tailored
to
footwear.
talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, next meeting, or no, just the February 15th. Okay,
Yeah, so we'll have it then.
all right, if nothing else, meeting
You're
adjourned.
gonna have a meeting on February 15th?
No.
No,
That's-
no, the event.
The
Yeah.
event.
The event, right?
The
And then,
fundraiser.
for the next meeting, is the tailored footwear gonna be here presenting?
I will see what, yeah, cause I have to talk to her about her application a little bit. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, and are you gonna have paper applications at the event?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, please.
yes.
I know, I'm
And
just
then we
told
can-
that I'm gonna miss it there. Okay, so what's our next meeting, the 5th?
March 5th, correct.
All right, meeting adjourned at 1:07. Thank you.